interview that we've all been waiting for. Piers Morgan takes on Rubiales after that kiss got the whole world talking. The former football boss exclusively revealed that he was going to resign amid mounting pressure from the public and the Spanish FA. talkTV's main man quizzed him about why he won't apologise to World Cup winner Jenni Hermoso, who said the kiss was not consensual.
It seems strange to me that you would keep saying sorry for what you did, but you won't say sorry to the woman that you did it to.
No.
So it's not about that, Piers. It's about humility. What we had in the beginning was two versions that were exactly the same, and therefore an anecdote. And now all I can do is defend the stance that I have had from the very first day.
Piers also asked Rubiales about a controversial moment earlier in the game where he grabbed his crotch.
You very provocatively grabbed your crotch in a way that, frankly, I watched that and thought that just with the members of the royal family sitting there and a young 16-year-old girl, again, was completely inappropriate.
For this, I am truly ashamed, more from an internal perspective than anything else. There are no excuses. In Spain, with guys as well as women, there's an expression which would probably translate to something like, "oh, my genitals," or something to that respect. So this vulgar expression, basically what it means is, bravo, well done.
Yeah, look, it's a great interview, and I think, does it put a little bit of tiny bit of doubt in? Perhaps, because he's saying that he did ask for permission. He asked Hermoso if he can kiss her, and she said yes. So why should we not now believe what he's saying?
Well, we're going to find out that in the Spanish legal process because legal proceedings were launched today. He's going to be interviewed by the police and the truth will come out in the wash, I guess. You know, this is a great interview to get. It's the interview that everybody wanted. He's resigned, but it's, you know, I would imagine, you know, the women, you know, who were looking for a little bit more contrition from him are probably not happy with this because he's refusing to apologise on a number of levels. So what do you think?
Yeah, and then there's another question. Sorry, I was just going to say there's another question that Piers asked where he just sort of says, you know, if your daughter was being kissed by somebody who was so much older and, you know, wouldn't you feel a bit, you know, wouldn't you think that man needs to apologise for doing that?
Which he should have done right at the outset,
yes,
don't you?
Course.
If he'd have just said sorry at the outset, look, I was overcome, I had a few drinks, we've won the World Cup, he probably would still be in a job. But, you know, as I say, I defer to the female panellists here. I mean, don't you think he wasn't apologetic?
No, he didn't say sorry at all. He said he was more sorry about the crotch grabbing. Yeah. He said, yes, no, that really was bad. The other thing was, that was really terrible.
It was a bit off, wasn't it?
There's just a certain level of arrogance that he's continuing with. He doesn't seem apologetic. He doesn't seem... It's not ringing true to me. There's no contrition there whatsoever. I think he's only sort of... He's sorry that he's been called out on it, but he's not sorry for what he did. He's sorry he got caught, but you got caught in 4K, like it was on everybody's TV. So he's still coming with that arrogance. He doesn't seem apologetic at all, and so it doesn't ring true for me in any way, shape, or form.
It's so childish. It's, you know, when you watch a child dig themselves a hole and they cannot get themselves out of the hole. My sister-in-law used to have this great expression that it was like you'd watch somebody on a sort of tree branch soaring away, just thinking, just stop now, because you know that this is going to end.
I've walked to the end of this plank. Oh, look, there's some sharks down there. I'm going in.
What happens if it goes to court and they say, actually, there was consent, he's not guilty of anything? What happens then? Because everyone's sitting around saying, oh, no, he should be apologising. If the courts end up saying, which, as we know, in many harassment and sexual assault cases, it's not the victim who wins. If it comes out that actually he's done nothing,
and I think that's what he's banking on. The point is that if he has apologised, this would not be going to court. She didn't file a complaint for a considerable amount of time, and I think that's because she was waiting for an apology and she wanted to win the argument. Now, you could say, you know, that he therefore knew that he possibly had a case, didn't have a case to answer and wanted to push it all the way through, but that is just... extending the agony for everybody, including a lot of Spanish football fans who found the whole, the fact that they won the World Cup and then it was all besmirched and sullied by this case. And a lot of people, a lot of Spanish football journalists are saying that he's an embarrassment.
It doesn't answer the question, Daisy. What happens if the courts find him not guilty?
Then it'll be a massive waste of court time.
Yes, however,
but he's still, in the eyes of the public,
they're not going to find him.
wrong.
If it goes to court, they won't find him not guilty.
No.
That's
I think so.
That's the way it shakes down every single time. The court of public
I mean,
opinion
nobody wants trial by media, but I think we all saw what we saw. And we all found it unedifying. And if he'd have said, "I'm sorry, I was over enthusiastic, and I should have apologised straight." But if he'd have said, "Sorry, I was all over enthusiastic, I apologise," that would have been the end of it.
Yeah.
It would have been. Everybody would have walked away.
Exactly.